pregnancy, and now the mom wants a DNA test?
Test failed, maybe.
And this is directly from our subreddit, r/okstorytime.
Yo.
Not sure where to start, so I'll begin with how I met. She, 33 female, and I, 39 male, connected through Hinge in January of 2024. The first date was fine, so we decided to go on a second date, which went much better.
Hell yeah.
After a month of meeting each other, we met a friend and her husband out and made a night of heavy drinking. One thing led to another, and we started to mess around. Is it really messing around if y'all are dating consistently?
They're messing around.
By the way, this comes from Major Consequence 92, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/okstorytime subreddit. So, as things get heated up,
Oh, God.
she stopped me and asked if I had protection because she's not on birth control. In my wasted stupor, I replied that I did not, but had great pull-out game. And we proceeded with the fun. No, you don't. No, you don't. Any man who says that is lying.
Unadvised. Wait, he said he did have
He did.
or did not?
He
He said he
did.
did.
But I'm saying any man who says that is lying.
Mhm,
Use
mhm.
protection.
Use it.
Naughty, naughty, OP. Naughty, naughty. You're one of our own, and I'm telling you off.
Come on. Come on.
Well, flash forward 1 month, and we find out that she was pregnant.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Who was giving you the stats about your pullout game?
I couldn't have predicted this. We need a chart, okay?
I need a chart. Where are these stats coming from?
We need some
9 out of 10
calculus.
doctors? I think not. Apparently, my pullout game sucked. Yeah. Shocking. At this point, we were in month 2 of our relationship. Dang. Ooh. And things
Wow.
had been going great, but this news threw a wrench into everything.
Yeah.
We will spend the next month trying to process this news and prepare for our new addition. It was in month 4 when things started to take a turn for the worse. It started with a doctor appointment with a genetic specialist regarding a genetic disorder of mine.
Oh.
Uh-oh. The doctor mentioned kidney tests that had been ordered for me to take. I hadn't done the tests yet, but went to the hospital the next day. She was understandably upset with me and let me know. After that, there was nothing I could do right. She became irritable every time I saw her. I attributed the change in attitude to new hormones that she was experiencing, so I just kept apologizing for any grievance of hers. As that month continued, she started to become condescending, asking if I could do anything right, or if I was good at anything, because I don't think you are. She could not trust me to do any task that she gave me because I'd just screw it up. Eventually, I lost my patience. I calmly and sheepishly asked her not to speak down to me.
Yeah.
She gave a sarcastic apology and spent the rest of the night not talking to me and sleeping in another room.
Healthy.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
healthy.
you were 2 months into your relationship. Not even official relationship.
This is a lot to be.
But they had spicy sleep.
Yeah.
They did.
This lasted the entire month with her eventually breaking things off with me.
Oh!
Ooh.
After we got into an argument at the doctor's office, I spent the next 2 months trying to win her back, but she just continued to be condescending and short. Additionally, I may have pushed too hard with her and should have given more space and not asked to meet. Eventually, we began to only text on Mondays with updates on the baby only.
What a schedule.
I was fine with it, but always asked to speak with her about co-parenting our child, which is what you should be doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very fair. Very
Parenting,
good.
pull-up game, maybe not strong, but parenting game, stronger.
You know, daddy's doing good.
Yeah.
Daddy's doing good so far.
As the months went by, she became increasingly hostile towards me. And every time I would ask the baby how the baby was doing or if she needed anything, she would either not answer the questions or snap at me. Eventually, the updates became all is well, with no additional information, to no updates at all. I felt as if she was just hoping I would go away. I eventually filed for a paternity hearing to determine parental rights and visitation, knowing that she would leave me off the birth certificate and prevent me from seeing our daughter. Flash forward to November, our baby girl arrives, and she's a healthy 7.5 pounds. Of course, I did not find out about the birth until 4 days after she arrived.
Ooh, that's not great.
Oh my God.
That's not great.
Predictably, it then took a week to get a picture and another 4 weeks of begging to eventually meet her. Definitely see if you can file some sort of hearing because this is, I mean, she's going to fully leave you out.
Yeah, and also I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
don't you want any help? You know,
Yeah.
changing diapers. I don't know. It's like
No, I mean, she's trying to leave OP out of everything.
golly.
Oh, when I finally got to hold her, she was the most precious thing ever. I was just in love with her and never wanted to put her down. She was my daughter. That's so lovely.
So cute.
We are now a week from our hearing, and her lawyer just submitted a counterclaim. Most of the points he contended were expected, but there was one counterclaim that threw me off. She's asking for a DNA test. I mean, if she was seeing other people,
Who's the daddy?
yeah.
That's the question.
This has really twisted me. Is she admitting that she had been cheating on me? Is this a ploy by her lawyer to make things more difficult for me? I did call her out for this and even offered to take the test without a court order, but she played the lawyer card. I have suspected this for a while, but never wanted to say anything. Now that it's a possibility, I am desperate to find out immediately, but also frightened to know the truth. So that's where things stand now.
What is this off the hook catfish picture?
He could be off the hook.
But he doesn't want to be off the hook. He loves the
Just
baby.
go do it again.
He wants to be. He loves his little baby girl.
He wants to be on the hook.
the good baby daddy he wants to be.
I just wanted to vent, but if people are interested, I'll update. I should note that there is a lot more that I left out, but I wanted to be as concise as possible. Comment 1. Yeah, she does not know who the baby daddy is and is hoping it is not you so she can cut you out of her and her daughter's life. You should have been asking for that DNA test yourself. OP says, oh yeah, she definitely doesn't know and wants me out. I did ask my lawyer to ask for a DNA test, but for some reason she didn't. Might have been miscommunication and my certainty she was my child. Comment 2 says, don't think that you will get a better pullout game. There's always a chance for pregnancy with intimacy, and pulling out is the most likely to fail method. Yeah.
Talk to us, Riley.
There's the leaving it in. That's most likely to fail.
That's true.
That is true, Riley.
That is true. Your lawyer might be confused because you initially filed a paternity hearing to discuss visitation rights. Well, that's basically saying you're claiming the child without a DNA test. Given how little you two know each other, I recommend not doing this again, as you might find yourself on the hook for children of other men. What?
Huh?
When you communicate with your lawyer next, make sure to communicate the necessity of the DNA test. Opie says, I think you're right. Our primary focus was on arranging visitation as soon as possible. I mentioned DNA testing, but I also assured my lawyer that I was 99% certain she was my daughter. She must have assumed I didn't need it. I just spoke with my attorney, and the magistrate has ordered the DNA testing on the 19th after both parties agreed to it. The hearing will be postponed until the results are available. I'm usually cautious about spicy sleep, but I had already had 4 tequila shots, 5 beers, and a margarita. Whoa! That is
The whole kit and caboodle.
you drank the whole bar.
Yup.
I wasn't really thinking through the pros and cons at that moment. And there is an update,
Oh, God.
but we just got a lot of info.
We did.
What are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts here are, number one, for sure, take the DNA test.
Yeah.
You know, it
Big time.
seems like at least he feels from like seeing her, like, okay, he feels confident that it's his daughter. And if it is indeed true, I also wonder, like, if I'm kind of wondering, why does she not want him, like, to help at all? I mean, I get that she, like,
I don't
hates
know.
him, but,
it
like,
seems like she really does not like him.
yeah, I don't know if it's a unreliable narrator or what the case is, but, like, I'm like, hey, wouldn't you want some help?
I mean, we've read a lot of stories where like the mother of the child literally like leaves and the OP doesn't, or like the guy doesn't find out for years that he has this kid.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what she,
Just trying to
do, except he already
pull
knows about it. So it's
Yeah.
making it a little harder.
Yeah. It's hard to have the secret baby when the
Yeah.
baby isn't a secret.
It's not a secret.
But yeah, I think he should definitely go for the DNA test and, essentially like go in court and be like, hey, I want a visitation rights to this baby, and maybe use some of her, like their text calls, etc., as evidence in like, hey, she seems to kind of like want to keep the baby away from me, but I have in all of this evidence, I like want to be an involved father and I want to be here and I want to help and
Yeah.
see what the courts decide.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
But there is an update.
Oh.
We're going to see what these courts decide.
Let's get into it.
The DNA test had been done, and we are awaiting the results. In the meantime, the mother has allowed me to see the baby twice. That's crazy.
Dang. Yeah.
Twice? The first instance was incredibly awkward. The mother and I only exchanged hellos, and she walked away and sat on the other side of the restaurant. She was like, baby. And then she walked around, like, all the way across, and she's just staring at you. And the baby's like,
Go ahead. Go with the baby. I'm just sitting here.
here you go.
At a restaurant?
Take
Why
the
did
baby.
we meet at a park or something?
Yeah, why are we at a restaurant with a baby? Presumably like a newborn.
I want to eat and we're going to go here.
She's like she's eating mac and cheese in the corner, just glaring at OP. And the baby's just like, because it's a newborn. Can you even, how old is this baby?
Get sick?
Yeah, can't you like not bring babies around people for like a certain amount of time?
They got soft heads. I would know. My head got sculpted.
But also they just have like the immune systems and everything.
And they're gonna
How
get
long
sick.
has this been? Maybe it's like been a couple months. Maybe this baby's like, how old is this baby?
I feel like a few months old.
Yeah.
Job says, why do you think you can't take babies out? Isn't there like a period?
I
where
thought that
you're-
too.
Yeah,
I
it's
totally-
It's
maybe
not like in the law.
well, yeah, but like
Yeah, let me take my baby out to get diseased.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
Jeez.
Oh, arrest me, officer. I'm taking my baby.
Hey, going outside's not that bad for a kid. They get
well, not
like
outside.
immune
I'm talking
systems.
like at a restaurant. I'm just talking about outside. You should take a baby outside.
I was like, what? You don't want it to play in dirt and something?
Riley's gonna take his newborn baby to like a music festival
Yeah.
and just be like
And the
holding
baby's
it
like-
in the air, just like
Yep. They're gonna
Yeah.
know what little Uzi Vert sounds like.
Anyway, as I sat there holding the baby, I couldn't stop doubting that she was mine. I kept looking at her face and didn't see any of my features.
ooh.
Uh-oh.
I was really heartbroken. That said, I still relished my time with her. Opie's like, I don't think this is my baby, but it is a cute baby.
Yeah, maybe he had like baby fever initially, and now he's seeing it.
The other thing that made the whole visit awkward, the mom brought a friend. A man friend.
Oh.
At first, I didn't think too much about the friend, but at one point I looked up and saw her face and instantly recognized her. She turned out to be a girl that had flirted with me at my gym 3 weeks after the mom and I broke up. At the time, I could tell that this friend was interested in me, but I cut off contact because I realized that I had too much going on to start pursuing girls.
I'm sorry, conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Mom planted her
Yeah.
at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but after they broke up is weird.
This
This woman might be trying to, get something on OP.
Yeah.
she seems a little
a
cuckoo for Cocoa
little
Puffs.
crazy.
Yeah.
The friend eventually left the gym, and I hadn't seen her again until that day. No one acknowledged the situation, but I feel it's safe to say that my ex found out about me talking to other girls right after we broke up. Well, I mean, like 3 weeks. Also, like, you just flirted with her at a gym.
What about 2 weeks?
I guess she found out like immediately, but then it took her that long to like plot and plan and actually, get something to hit,
Yeah.
Took a little time for her to get her minions together and,
She's like, I'm gonna catch him in the act of flirting with someone.
what is it, sleeper agents or whatever? She sent her sleeper agents out there
Exactly.
to sleep with him.
Oh!
Too smart. Can't catch Dawn off guard. I just saw the baby this morning and the feeling was completely different. I may be experiencing attentional bias, but she really did look like my daughter. Okay. Opie's
are-
like, yesterday, I think it was the lighting because she looked nothing like me. Today, totally different girl. She's got my nose now.
We're flip-flopping. I don't know what to believe yet.
I don't think you know.
Mm.
She has the same eye shape and color to me, same hair color as well. I have to admit that this has given me hope that I am her father. You are flip-flopping. We just need this DNA test.
We need it. We need it ASAP.
At this point, I just have to wait for the results to arrive, but at least I have some hope now. I plan to give an update when everything clears up. And what do you think? OP's dad or not?
Honestly,
Best guess.
I'm going to say no.
Mhm.
Going off of the fact of the mom was the one that ordered it, which
Mhm,
leads
mhm,
me to
mhm.
believe that she is. I mean, why would you order it if it proves he's the father? That hurts your
Yeah,
case if you want to keep the
exactly.
baby. So I think she's like, I'm pretty positive that you're not the father. We get the DNA test and it's going to prove you're not, and therefore you're going to get nothing.
Yeah. Like maybe she's just like, he's not even the dad. Like, why does he keep sticking around? Maybe that's her mindset.
Maybe.
But there is a second update.
Oh.
So let's find out.
Do it.
No one seems to be interested, but typing everything out is a little therapeutic. We're interested.
Hello.
The results finally came back last Wednesday. Everyone get your votes in.
Here we go.
Now, I don't think we were polling this,
it,
but
hey, let's poll it.
Poll it before I read it.
Is baby or nah?
Baby or nah?
Is it his or nah?
I think it. What did you say?
I said no.
I'm going to say it is his just for sake of debate.
Keeping it interesting?
Yeah, keep it interesting.
I wonder if it is his, because one, she's like, I don't want you around. But if it's the other baby daddy, who's going to be paying? Because like my thought is that the other guy's not paying. She's going to be like, oh yeah, it actually is yours. You should pay for it.
Well, it seems like he's like so ready to
He's
pay.
down.
He's like,
Yes.
I'm super down to be involved.
Yeah.
I want this baby. He didn't even want the DNA test before. He was just like, I'll be in.
Literally. And do we know what this mystery man is going to do with the baby?
What's
like
his involvement? Maybe he just wants nothing to do with the baby, and the mom is like, that's what I want.
Also, if she's getting mad at OP for flirting with another girl like a few weeks after they broke up and she cheated on him with another man,
that's good points.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's not like 3 weeks he's flirted with another girl. Like,
Jail.
he's not doing anything.
Prison.
Prison.
Lock him up.
That said, after so many attempts to call my lawyer, the child support office, and the court to get the results, I kept being told that I would have to wait for them to be delivered by mail.
No waiting.
No, tell us.
Only answers now.
I want to know. My assumption, her mother knew as soon as Thursday, her lawyer told her. For context, she began being friendlier after it came to light that the baby's parentage was in question. Okay. I thought it was going to be like, she being friendlier when she knew.
So we're still, it's like,
We're still in the unknown, because basically she became friendlier because OP might be the father.
This is torturing.
On Thursday, I sent her a follow-up text from Monday on when and where I can see our daughter this week. I only get to see her for an hour weekly. She blew up on me about her boundaries and that she will tell me when and where on her own time. She wrote 2 paragraphs about her boundaries, but 1 sentence updating me on our daughter. I got to spend an hour with my daughter on Saturday morning, and honestly, I felt sadness and wondered if it was the last time I would ever see her. Her mother, on the other hand, was pretty hostile towards me. She made snide remarks about not being able to get her to stop crying after 20 seconds. Also snapped at me for letting her fall asleep. Like, how could I possibly know she wasn't supposed to sleep? She doesn't tell me much about our daughter. Finally,
Here we go.
after an excruciating 3 days, I got the results back.
Here we go.
Saturday night. And I am happy to say that she is my daughter.
Let's
Dang.
go.
They called
Give
it.
me my money. I won. Thanks.
There's your monies.
I'm going to put this in my pocket.
You win.
Man,
Hey,
there you go. And now you can go file for custody because
we
she's
go.
clearly not going to let you see your daughter.
And I guess she did change her tune a little bit when it was in question, so maybe she'll change her tune even more.
Even
now?
more? I hope so. I mean, it's going to suck if OP has to fight in the courts for custody.
Yeah, I would definitely give all those texts.
I mean, I think you should regardless, just because you don't want her to have the control that she has right now.
Yeah.
But there's more.
Ooh.
May have teared up a bit with joy. LOL. So at this point, with no more questions on who the father is, I'm going to ask for more time with her. I don't expect her to be agreeable, but it's worth a shot. I don't expect to have a parenting plan until April, so I will have to continue to be patient, but I will enjoy every moment that I have with my daughter. And there is another update.
Oh.
But yeah, I think right now it's just, I don't know. It doesn't seem like OP is going through the courts, but I do think that you should.
Definitely. Yeah, we need to, with the history of you and the mom's interactions, we need something locked down and legally binding.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Update 3.
Here we go.
Not a ton has happened since my last update, but I'm feeling some anger and sadness. Uh-oh. Hopefully typing this out will help me process my feelings. Since my last update, we've been doing weekly hour visits at a local Panera, always at the restaurants.
Always gotta
The
be getting
baby's
food.
can the baby even eat? any of that food.
And also, where like was he gonna crawl on the dirty Panera floors?
Yeah,
Like,
what is this baby? Like you put the baby in like a little like chair and the baby's just like,
he needs space to baby.
yeah.
Baby space.
Well, she's a baby.
She.
Daughter baby.
Daughter baby.
Daughter baby
Excuse me.
needs space to baby.
That's right.
You can't have space to baby at a Panera. What is this baby supposed to eat? What do they serve at Panera?
What? Yeah. You want to put her in a
Bread?
bread bowl?
You want to put
You
her in a
frickin'
bread
animal?
bowl?
Come on.
Unbelievable.
That would be cute, though.
That would be cute.
Just saying.
Like when they put babies in pumpkins.
Yes, exactly like that. Exactly like that.
As much as I love spending time with my daughter, an hour a week at a restaurant is not enough, and it's awkward trying to bond with her in such a public place. I will take anything that I can at this point. Her mother and I tend to keep things civil, if not cold. Communication between us is kept at a minimum. We simply say hello and goodbye and move about our day. On the legal side, yes, this is what I wanted to know.
Here we go.
We had our status conference 2 weeks ago. Prior to the conference, I asked my ex if I could get more time with our daughter that was not at a restaurant. She responded that she had several concerns with me caring for her and needed to consult her attorney. This set my attorney and I into a panic. My attorney grilled me to find something that she may try and use against me. She examined all of our texts and emails and couldn't find anything that my ex could use against me, but to relax. Honestly, I couldn't help but think my ex would try and falsely accuse me of something like abuse or violence. No, I have not been violent towards her. Heck, I've never yelled or cussed at her. I'll try to be as concise as possible with the cliff notes of what was relayed to me by my attorney of the conference, as relayed to me by my attorney. Her attorney started requesting that we keep the weekly visits at Panera or somewhere similar for 1-hour visits. My concern was that our daughter cried a couple times when I was holding her during our visits, that I can't be trusted to be a good caregiver to her due to this. The magistrate shot that excuse down immediately. Wait, okay. So it seems that it's not OP's concern. It seems that they were saying that their parenting concern was that every time that OP held his daughter, she would cry.
Yeah.
Which is a stupid reason because OP's only allowed to see her once a week. Of course, this baby doesn't really feel like she knows him.
She's like, who the heck are you, you
She's
strange
like,
man?
Who is this man who keeps holding me up a Panera?
Yeah, you're not my mama.
You're not my mom.
I come here and there's bread bowls and a strange man. What else am I supposed to do?
They hand me off to a man for an hour and he just stares at me. I don't get it.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm your daddy.
But also, even if this baby cried every time he held her, that's what babies do.
They just be crying, bro.
That's what they cry all the time. That's like they eat and they sleep and they cry.
You're not a baby if you don't cry.
Truly. Honestly, it's a bad sign if you're not crying. That's what they say.
That's what they say. I've heard that too.
Stating that there is no possible way to judge a parent, how a parent can care for their child in a restaurant, and that only giving myself an hour a week is not acceptable. Literally telling her attorney that my ex was being unreasonable. They also claimed that I never contributed to medical bills while we were together and accused me of being a disappearing act.
False.
OP literally filed for parental rights.
Yes. He has been trying.
Yep.
Calling you.
Bro wasn't trying to get the milk. He was trying to get with the baby.
He was trying to bring milk to the baby.
That's right.
We were prepared for that argument and had literal receipts. The text messages, Venmo payments made it very clear that I not only paid half of the bills while we were together, but continued to ask for bills after we broke up. All of the while, she would lie and tell me that there were no bills. The magistrate once again chastised her attorney again, this time for lying. Is there no, lying fees? You know, aren't we in a court of law? Don't you have to tell the truth?
Yeah, because I think they have to give all the, maybe not in this civil case or whatever, but I thought they had to give all the evidence beforehand.
Yeah.
So it's like the other lawyer could read all the texts because he can't claim oh, I'm just going off what you told me. Blah,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
It's no.
We got the receipts, buddy.
We then made our case for me to have more time and my ultimate goal to have my daughter 50-50. The magistrate was impressed with everything that I had done, taking parenting classes, going to therapy, moving closer to her mother, etc. That said, she only granted me 4 hours on Sundays for the next month.
Dang.
That's ridiculous.
That
is ridiculous. I'm sorry. OP has, from the get-go, been so, or trying to be so involved in his child's life, and it's just been denied and denied and denied.
And you know what? I can get like, hey, the baby's used to this home.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something about like, you take a baby to a strange environment that like freaks them out. But this just seems so like such little time.
This is not even like, I feel like most times it's like, oh, this person gets weekends or something. This is 4 hours on a Sunday.
Like if anything, like why not the whole day to help the baby like get used to him, or like sprinkled throughout the week or something, so the baby kind of recognizes, I don't know, something like that. I'm no baby expert, but
you would think.
One would think.
It isn't what I wanted, but the silver lining is I was given a pathway to be a 50-50 parent to her, and that has given me hope for the future.
Okay.
Now to today. As of now, the court order has not been uploaded to the docket, thus not making it legally binding yet. So I still have to beg my ex to see my daughter. What is this? What is this court system? This is ridiculous. I'm so angry for you, OP.
Yeah.
I mean, you have been doing everything. Literally everything from the start to be a good dad.
It's so clear that he wants to be involved. He's sending the child support. He's like, hey, what bills do you got? How can I pay for it? Hey, can I watch the baby? Like,
hey, can I see the baby? Can I hang out with the baby?
It's crystal clear. It's crystal clear.
This morning, I got to see my daughter once again at a Panera.
Dude, stop it.
Honestly, you know what? The Panera should file for parenting rights at this point.
The baby has more recognition of
Panera
bread than her own father.
It was mostly great. She was laughing and cooing so much.
Eating bread.
She was eating bread. She was so much fun. As I was enjoying my daughter, my ex was sitting at another table with 2 girlfriends, talking loudly and laughing hysterically. I don't hold judgment, but honestly, I found them all annoying. Yeah, well, they suck because they've been holding you from your daughter. So.
That's right.
Mind you, she was always bringing a friend during these visits, and I come alone. It normally doesn't bother me, but for some reason, I couldn't stand any of them. I literally wanted to yell at them to shut up, but bit my tongue. As the hour went along, my daughter began to get tired and a little cranky. I tried to calm her down, but she began crying loudly, and I noticed some wheezing.
Oh, no.
I was a little concerned and wondered if she had been sick. So I walked up to the cackling table and asked my ex if she was sick. She stated no, but maybe if I walked around and bounced her, she would calm down. I simply said, okay, thanks. She then asked me if I needed anything else, and I said no and started to walk away. With a snarky tone, she snapped back at me that I needed to cut the attitude out and that she was trying to help. Lady sucks.
Look.
I turned around and told her that I wasn't giving her attitude and that I came over to simply ask her a question because I wanted to help. She then, to my complete shock, told me that we need to communicate better if we're going to be good co-parents.
Facts. I agree with that.
And then OP, you go, yeah.
Yeah. We do need to communicate better. But who's going to help us do that?
Who's going to do that? It's so funny because communication is a two-way street.
Yep.
And then you go, that's a great idea, mother of my child.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with letting me see my daughter more. Let's start with you responding to my texts and telling me what's going on with my daughter.
That's right. It's a two-way street off the intersection of Randolph and Park Hill.
I stood there with my jaw dropped. For the last 10 months, I have repeatedly asked, no, begged her to meet or call to discuss how we were going to co-parent together. Only to be shot down each time, as she always claimed that I was crossing her boundaries. Needless to say, I just gave her a, are you being serious look? Said, I agree, and walked away. Lovely.
Oh!
Mic drop.
Crushing it.
The rest of my time with my daughter was kind of sullied at this point. But your life will never be sullied if you listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or Spotify and search up Storytime. But there is a little bit left to the story.
Wow.
Do you have any final thoughts?
I just feel for the dad, man. And, I hope that we can, stop sullying the relationship.
Stop
with
hitting
this
those
baby.
birds and doing a water landing.
Yeah, don't do that. We need to land smoothly from the air as designed, as it was intended to be. I think keep going the course, keep collecting receipts. I don't know, like can we like, oh, like, hey, I'll record our like little play date visit, Panera visit things?
I think they might have some quandaries against recording a baby.
Yeah, I don't know, but whatever legal and ethical ways you can do to collect receipts to show your innocence and investedness in fatherhood, do that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think just like keep doing what you're already doing.
Yes.
You have been putting in the work. You have been like saying, I want to see our daughter. I want to communicate with you. So just like keep showing that dedication. And obviously, like, it's really tough. It's super tough.
Yes.
And, it's really draining, I can imagine. But you are doing a great job. Don't let the baby mama, push you out just by sheer force of will and her exhausting you.
Yeah.
Like, fight. Just keep up that fight. Because seems like you're trying to be a great dad.
Yeah. And you know what? As much as it sucks, progress is being made.
Yeah.
There's a path to 50-50. He has more time now. So, yeah, just keep the course.
Mm-hmm.
Great advice.
But there is a little bit left to the story.
Okay.
Luckily, she had fallen asleep as this had been going down between her mother and I. This lasted until I handed her over to her mother. Since then, I have been fuming over my ex gaslighting me into thinking I have been the one not working with her. I get it. She finally got the message that she needs to work with me, and the courts don't look kindly to alienation. Still, it shouldn't take a court order to get to that point. The court order should go into effect this week, and I can finally spend quality time with my daughter. Honestly, I cannot wait. That's it for now. And there are some comments. Comment 1, this is a dad determined to be a real father.
Back.
I'm sure many children would want him as a father. Very true.
Yes.
Comment 2, great job working with a difficult situation to see your daughter. 2 quick suggestions. Use a parenting app for communication. It keeps track of all the text messages and can be submitted to a judge.
Oh.
When you're getting your 4-hour Sunday afternoons, you might want to have a neutral third party in the background during your visit alone with your child so that you have a witness to your interactions in case she makes any more claims.
Smart.
She did this once, and luckily the judge saw through it, but when you go to increase custody after you prove yourself with the Sundays, you might need it. OP says, thanks. To your points, we will be required to download a family app once the court order is submitted. I have it already, but her mother has yet to download it. I have thought about this and bought a GoPro to record my time with her.
He's gonna...
Wait, that's so funny. He's got like the headgear GoPro on, and the baby also has a GoPro on, of course.
Yeah, baby GoPro.
Yeah, and it's just hours and hours of a baby in a Panera.
Dude, can we live stream that?
Please, baby in Panera live stream.
Oh.
Hey, it's me and my baby back at it again, doing an eat the menu in Panera.
That's right.
I also have a couple female friends that have volunteered to hang out when I have her alone. I don't particularly trust my ex. I wonder why. But that is the end of that story.
Wow.
Josephine says the baby version of the cat collar GoPro. Yeah, well, you know those videos with the cats and they're like wandering through houses and stuff? Yeah, the baby's just going like, and it's like a video of like their hands in a bread bowl. Ming Ming says, I can't imagine 4 hours in a Panera.
Yeah, I think the first red flag is going to Panera.
Yeah, and the first 1 through 10 red flags are going to Panera.
Totally. Also, I am praying that this episode is used as evidence in courts.
Oh my God,
because that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be great.
OP.
Please let us know, OP.
Use us in court.
Yeah. We're here to fight for you.
We're on your side.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what the hell? It says, so are the 4-hour Sundays going to still be at a Panera? Yes. I think they've already said they're going to do 4 hours at the Panera.
We've got to change
Unless
this.
I'm mistaken, which hopefully I am. Hopefully you can do it in a park. Maybe it's a park outside the Panera, but let's venture outside.
Please.
Man, oh man. But that's the end of that story.
But is there one more?
There is. There is one more.
Why don't we get into it, boys and girls? I want to end my relationship with my pregnant partner Because I'm not the father.
Oh, that's a good reason to end it.
It's a good reason, sir. Well, I know this title sounds like I'm an a-hole for wanting to end it with her.
Does it?
But let me explain a bit of my background before you pass judgment on me. I've known this girl, or should I say woman, since she's old enough to be my mom.
Girly.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
And I mean that gender neutrally. Girly.
For a few years now. We used to work in the same department together, and we were pretty close together. By the way, this comes from Ichigo is my homie. And if you want to submit your own story, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit.
For context, OP is 27 and his pregnant partner is 29 female.
That's not old enough to be his
That's
mom.
old. Wait, what? That can't be possible.
We're like 40, but I digress.
Something's wrong here.
Something's wrong. Something's off. But Opie says, we talk about life and such, but I never consider myself to be romantically involved with her. She was just like a big sister to me.
Oh.
I moved into another department last year. Oh,
Okay, wait. So is she 29 or is she old enough to be your mom?
I think old enough to be the stepsister.
I'm going to say jury's out for now until we
Okay.
get more information. I moved to another department last year, but we still kept in touch with each other by texting. She was always in a relationship, and so was I up until last year. Oh, God. I broke my relationship with a girl that I had been together with for almost 6 years the day before my 27th birthday.
Dang.
Long story. I told her about it over a casual text message. How casual? And she told me that she also broke up with her harmful boyfriend a couple of weeks before.
Super casually as well.
So casual.
They're both like, yeah, we broke up. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Oh, what do you got to say about that? She suggested that we hang out and talk about our failed relationships. Also, Kitty B said 29 or 39.
39, sorry, 39, 39.
Now we're
39.
there. That's a young mama.
Wait.
but
Number
still.
dyslexia.
Wait, okay. It's 39.
It's
okay,
39.
Riley. It's okay.
Get out of my head.
It's 39. Okay, everyone.
I'm sorry, Josephine. Sorry.
Hey, Josephine, give her.
Also not old enough to be his mom.
Yeah, no. I feel like he's like speaking hyperbolically.
Yeah, he's like, oh my God, she's so old.
I mean, technically,
she's almost 10. She's more than 10 years older than me.
Technically, it's maybe just barely possible, but that's a stretch.
Young mom.
That's a biblical mom right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But at this point, I still considered her a good friend and never intended for the visit to be more than just a hangout. We hung out together in the past, snowboarding, bar hopping, etc., but that was the first time I ever went to her place. Long story short, we hooked up and had some spicy sleep that night. I wore a rubber, thank God, unlike the last story.
Yeah, he's like, actually, my polo game is really good.
So good, I don't need to. Oh God. From then on, we were regularly hooking up every other week or so throughout the summer. I was loving the arrangement because it was purely friends with benefits. Later on, I heard from another coworker of mine that he was also sleeping with her.
Okay.
Fun facts. So it was all good old adult fun time for both of us for the rest of last summer.
Sure.
Listen.
Sometimes you gotta work on those interpersonal office relationships, you know?
If it floats your boat and lifts the sail on your mast, who am I to stop you?
I didn't like that.
Or both of you.
I didn't like that.
So, I'm sorry.
I didn't like it.
We were getting quite close that it became a weekly thing for us. And I was becoming more risky during spicy sleep,
Stop.
not using
No.
rubbers and pulling out, etc.
No.
Oh, we thought we were good, but
I thought I was in the clear.
We thought we were in the clear. But I never finished inside of her. It wasn't until around last September that she finally told me that she was pregnant.
Wow.
And here we are. We're right back where
And
we
here we
started.
are, not shocked.
I was shocked.
Oh, how? He's like, how? It couldn't have possibly. There's no way.
My calculations have calculated this never could have happened.
I'm just too good.
Good thing you got a friend because you could put it on them. It's a coin toss at this point.
It's a Mamma Mia situation.
I forgot about the other guy. Oh.
Except we need a third man. Anyway.
We need where who's number 3? Who's
And
mystery
then we need
man?
to go to Greece.
Oh. Greece. Hair. I was shocked. I felt like I had just been punted in the gut. She told me that she wasn't sure who the possible father was because she was still sleeping with her ex-boyfriend while doing me also. I never brought up the fact that I knew she also slept with the other dude from work. So we have our 3. Bada bing, bada boom.
No, that's the second dude.
Well, there's ex-boyfriend and
Oh,
coworker.
wait. Oh, I see.
You see. Since I also slept around with a few girls during that same time period, but she told me that
Wait, y'all were sleeping around with multiple people unprotected?
Damn.
this is not. Why?
You might have
why
caught other things in a child.
What are we doing?
Yep.
Y'all.
Where is our spicy education?
This is unnecessary. This is unnecessary.
Someone needs to sit you all down
Listen.
with a pamphlet on STDs.
Unless you grew up in Florida like me, there's no excuse for you.
Or unless you grew up in a Catholic school with no spicy education.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do
and
it.
even I had
That's all you had to do.
You know, you can figure it out.
Come on.
Come on.
We have the tools. We have the technology. But she told me that she hoped the child is mine. She told me she had been wanting to have a child, but her previous husband, prior to this ex-boyfriend, was sterile, but she was planning to adopt a child anyways. So she was planning to keep the baby. She told me that she didn't expect me to be there for the child. If I didn't want to, I have to throw out this conspiracy theory.
Give it.
He was getting with these guys.
Yeah.
Slowly was like, hey, we don't need to use the protection. I'm cool with it, in hopes of
Having baby.
having bio baby.
Baby trap. Except she doesn't want to trap anyone. She
Yes.
just wants the baby.
Yes, she baby trap minus the trap.
Yeah.
Just baby.
Just baby.
Just baby.
Just like, you've served your purpose. Now you can leave. Which is really messed up.
This is a little crazy. There's banks you can go to, and I won't say the first word in it, but you can go to them. Dang it, Riley. Getting us taken down over here. So we both have decent paying jobs and are financially capable of raising a child, so I'm not worried about the welfare of this unborn child, but I was raised to be responsible for my actions.
But not to educate yourself on protecting
No,
yourself.
that's correct. I am not responsible for my education, but I am responsible for my actions, all caps, OP says. I told her that if the child was mine, then I also wanted to be there for the baby and help support her. The only condition was that I wanted a legitimate paternity test to find out who the father was, and I even paid for the testing. What a gentleman.
What a gentleman.
What a gentleman.
Oh, man. Gentlemen these days
Dude, just
really know how to sweep a woman off her feet.
salt to the earth over here. She also agreed to keep our relationship a secret from many of our coworkers and common friends until the result was in. Due to circumstances, we had to wait until she was due for amniocentesis.
Amnio?
Amnio.
Centesis?
Amniocentesis.
It's like amnio.
Amniocentesis.
Yeah.
Amniocentesis. Let me know if I said that right. Around 20 weeks gestation. Then we could proceed with the paternity test. So
I think it's like amniotic fluids.
yeah, we need like 20 weeks for the amniotic fluids to be there to successfully do
I
that.
have
What does
no
that? What
idea.
does that mean? What does the amniotic fluid do?
You listen up here, buddy. Okay. How many times do I have to say
Ow.
I was educated in the Sunshine State?
You spell that wrong.
Ha.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
It's
I could.
clear or
It's the
slightly
stuff.
yellow
It's
fluid.
the stuff in the womb.
It's the
Yeah.
stuff in
That's
the womb.
it's like helping the baby form.
It
and
helps the baby form.
protecting
It's good old baby juice. Okay.
Old words.
I passed
Yeah.
my driver's test by looking it up on Yahoo Answers.
It's actually
I don't
blue.
know what else to tell you. Okay.
So the baby is in the little. It's like when you're in a one of those deprivation tanks.
Sensory
deprivation. Yeah.
Yes.
But imagine it was like you were in a car accident and you were in it,
Oh.
but it's also it's just like keeps you there.
It's just like
Huh?
I don't even know. It just keeps you safe.
I'm in the amniotic sac with the amniotic fluid. That sounds like
Also,
I'm saying it
if
wrong.
anyone would know this, it'd be you, bro. Because you've been in there the longest.
Listen. Just because I was a fetus for 19 months doesn't mean I knew what was going on. I can't remember being a fetus.
Storm Kitten says, in another way from what I just explained, which I think was a great metaphor, it helps protect the baby from bumping around and stuff.
Your brain fluids.
We're learning so much. We're learning so much today.
I already knew this, but John's learning a lot.
Sure. You just get a download at puberty of how the woman's body works? I don't even know how my own body works.
You should figure that out.
Dobie says, I've been spending more time with her while waiting for the amino, and I actually like it. She told me that I've become her only...
Amnio.
Amnio.
Yeah,
You're correct.
amino's an acid.
Waiting for the amnio, and I actually like it. She told me that I've become her only spicy-related partner since she found out about the pregnancy.
I don't know if I buy that.
Oh.
I don't know if I buy that.
Lil Mama's still...
Wait. Who's the daddy?
We still don't know.
I think she's just saying that because the other dude
I think
is
she's like,
I'm out of here.
She's like, you're my favorite of the three. I didn't want to tell you, but you're my favorite. Don't tell anyone else. And then she tells that to all the guys.
Ooh. Getting that money.
Mm-hmm.
Triple child support?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa. But she's getting the test before the baby's freaking popped out. Way before.
Could be getting dinners.
That's true. Yeah. Soak it up while you can.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like
Get those
amniotic
rumors.
fluid.
Sure.
Soak it up. Got him. So at one point, oh God, at one point she even told me the I love you, although I didn't say it back because she was saying it in a casual way, and I also don't feel that way about her.
He's like, hey, love you. And he was like,
she told me that I was such a better person than her ex because I treated her with respect, etc., and she wished that I could stick around. I told her that let's take things one day at a time. The more time I spent with her, the more I saw that she was getting more attached to me and her insecurities started to show. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, I received the paternity test in the mail, and I am not the father.
whoa.
Sorry, guys.
What?
Plot twist.
So at this point, does he just head out? He's like, hey.
I mean, his action did not yield responsibility to be responsible for.
Even though he was irresponsible.
Even though he was irresponsible. He
have responsibility.
He lucked out.
Yeah.
And it's not his responsibility at this juncture.
But my advice to you is to use protection.
Or, you already got
My
away
advice
with it
to you:
once.
don't have spicy sleep or you're dying.
So as much as I enjoyed being with her, I knew I had to end the romantic relationship
What
I
do
had
you
with
mean you enjoy? You were like, I don't really like her.
her. She's old.
She said I love you, and I didn't say it back. 'cause I
She's
don't-
my
I don't
mother.
feel that way.
How could I? I don't want a relationship where I can't be open about it to my friends and family. It is a major taboo in my culture, I'm from Southeast Asia, to have a premarital child, and none of my family members know about the issue.
But not taboo enough to use protection.
She's calling it like she sees it, and she's not wrong. Let me tell you that. Even for Western culture standards, being in a relationship with someone who is pregnant with someone else's child seems to be quite unacceptable.
I mean, it just seems like you're not interested in her.
Yeah, like
Just say, like, were you even in a relationship with her while all this stuff was going on, or did you just stick around because you thought you might be the father? Because that's what I thought.
and also it sounded like he was like, oh, she stopped having other spicy sleeping partners.
Yeah.
That kind of implies that they were continuing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. She is a great person and a good friend of mine, and I don't want to end this relationship abruptly. I don't want the breakup to cause emotional harm to her, especially when her hormones are out of whack from the pregnancy, thus making her more susceptible to depression, which I know she was on antidepressant meds in the past. I care about her well-being and the fetus, but I can't keep stringing her along any longer and making her grow more attached to me day by day. I must stop her from loving me because I am so lovable.
No, wait, no, read the next sentence.
I was going to break it off with her on Valentine's Day. That negates all the words that you just you know.
Why?
Listen. We're all for communicating, quickly and like all of this. Give it 24 more hours.
Why?
Give it 24 more hours, bro.
What about Valentine's Day made you think that was a good day to do that?
Why? Just the 15th. The 15th is there.
The 15th is a great day.
Are we? Yes.
Honestly, maybe 13th if you really need to do it.
You know what? Yeah. But not then.
14th.
Ideally the 15th, to be honest.
Ideally the 15th because you don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because then you don't want to have done stuff on the 14th.
Yeah, and spend money.
Well, I just meant like get her hopes up romantically on the 14th.
That's true. That's a good point. These are good points. Just not the 14th.
Let's just do it a month before.
Yeah. Come on. Let's
Speed it up.
But I couldn't bring myself to tell her since she made a wonderful dinner and other things and showed me that she loved
Yeah, because
me.
it's freaking Valentine's Day, you goof.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, my brain's tired of thinking about this issue. I'm going to do some laundry and hit the gym for some cardio and hopefully clear my head about this issue. I would appreciate insights from those who have been in a similar situation and how you have dealt with it.
Not like this.
This Yeah, not like this, brother. But there is a quick edit. Edit number 1, thank you for the constructive criticisms. I know it was immature and foolish on my part for going bareback, but spare me your judgment. Too late. I asked for your insights on this issue, not your judgment. I'm just a human. I make mistakes.
Just a human.
Yeah.
OP, this is what I think OP sounds like.
Yes.
I'm just human, okay? I make mistakes.
I'm just a
I
human.
didn't know that I couldn't break up with someone on Valentine's Day. I thought because it was a day about love that I could also end a relationship. I didn't know. You're all being so mean to me.
I was going to do it, but she made me salmon. I like salmon.
I like salmon. And she told me that she loved me. So I couldn't do it then. So I stayed with her for another year. Sue me. Sue me. No one told me that I had to wear protection, okay?
I will admit that this is not a fun thing to communicate, but my dude, come on. The issue is bad enough for me to deal with, and I don't need your condescending judgment about not using a wiener wrapper. Don't comment if you're just going to judge me for my past. Too late,
it's
pal.
Okay. Don't worry, Uffy. I'm also judging you for your present.
Got him. I will plan a meeting with her sometime this week to sit down and have the talk with her.
Good.
An update will depend on how things go in the next couple of weeks. And ladies and gentlemen,
Jump in.
we have an update.
Let's jump in.
Let's go. It didn't go well.
Shock. So much shock.
It didn't go as well as I would have liked to. I've been busy working the last week and was only able to squeeze in one night to talk to her. I had it all planned out in my head while driving up to her place. I was going to casually take her out to eat. So much casualness. And so I could tell her about it outside her own home. Later on, a female coworker told me that's a crappy move for a breakup.
I'm sorry, you made her do that in public?
Yeah, that's not smart.
Uh-huh.
So in my head, I didn't want her home to remind her of the breakup, so I took her out to eat.
Probably took her to a Panera.
So true, dude. Panera is where all dreams go to die.
He's like, hello. He did it on the 15th
Yeah.
and bought her a box of chocolate. And she's
Bread
like, oh my
bowl?
God, that's so sweet. He's like, I'm breaking up with you?
Yeah. But here's bread bowl. Enjoy. We went to this crappy looking Mexican food restaurant with great reviews on Yelp. This guy is interesting. The food was amazing, but she was feeling nauseated, most likely to pregnancy related symptoms. Dude, like, did you ask her what she like? Did you at least ask her if she had a place she wanted to go to, or if she had any, hankerings?
Man chose like the most like scent, heavy food, and was like, yeah, this will be fine for a pregnant woman who's nauseous.
I went to this spice and grease pit and it was awesome, but she kind of hated it and was throwing up and stuff.
Lord.
We just went on like usual during a dinner. I didn't want to break up while she was feeling sick, so we just got back to her place, and I ended up staying the night at her place. My brother in Christ, what are we doing? We got hungry around 3 a.m., and she suggested going to Denny's for an early breakfast before going back to sleep. She works the night shift, and I work in the afternoon. Wow, night shift.
No.
And she was feeling a lot better, so I was going to break the news at Denny's.
It is technically the 15th.
Guys, he was going to break the news at Denny's at 3 a.m.
On the 15th, get an early start.
Actually, I think it's the 16th now.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Okay, even better.
But I was going to break the news at Denny's, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. So we went back.
I was going to marry this woman.
Yeah, right? He's just like,
He's like, I couldn't bring myself to say no, so I married her. I've happily raised this child for 13 years.
Here we are. I'm daddy, but I'm not daddy. So we went back to her place again after Denny's, and we both went to sleep, the non-spicy kind. I left her place in the afternoon to go to work, and when I got to work, I received a text from her saying, thank you for spending time with me last night. She also asked me if I could meet up with her for a late lunch special. My shift usually ended around her lunchtime, and in the past, we used to hook up like rabbits on her lunch break in my wagon.
Stabbing wagon.
I replied to her by saying I would like to do a late lunch special, but I think we need to talk about us. She knew it then and there that what the talk was all about and texted me that she was upset and would have rather have had this talk at her place last night. I apologized if I made her upset right before going to work, that I told her I had to be honest with her and myself. I told her that if I could just wait until after the weekend to discuss this matter, since we would be both working all weekend long. Oh man, I don't know, dude. I think the cat is out of the bag, but We'll see what you do. Fast forward to tonight. I text her again and ask her how she's doing. She said she's doing okay. We then started discussing the text from last week. She was still upset about it. She wished it could have happened in person. She told me she had so many things to say to me and none of it was bad or mean. She just wanted to close this chapter with me by saying all the nice things about me, but the text from last week left her with a sour note and she couldn't say those nice things anymore. She said she enjoyed my companionship and that she didn't expect anything from me since she found out about the pregnancy. Then she told me that we should go snowboarding next year. So I told her that I enjoyed the companionship and agreed on the future snowboarding plan. Okay. I told her I wished her and the baby the best and asked her to say hi to her dog for me. I'm really going to miss that fluffy, cuddly guy. She said that she would and ended the reply with a smiley face. I'm relieved that it's over, but also feel bummed out for several reasons. First, I really, really love her. Dog.
Oh my God. Okay.
I don't love her.
I'm going to miss her dog.
But I love her dog, man.
Miss her dog.
Good old Fluffy. He was a good boy. What can I say?
I need to drop that joke.
I've always wanted my own dog, but my current life arrangements make it difficult for me to have one. Second, text messages don't convey any form of emotion and feeling unless it's explicitly stated in the message. I'm not sure if she's really okay or just saying that because it already happened. By the way, if you're not okay, well, boy, oh boy, do I have a solution for you. And that is full episodes that you can binge with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple, iHeart, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. We've got tons of episodes for you to binge to your heart's content. You will not run out of content.
Yeah.
I promise you. Reason number 3, this so-called relationship/companionship was the most civilized and peaceful relationship I've ever had. My previous relationships before this one lasted 6 years and was emotionally taxing and ended on very bad terms. I learned a lot from it and think that's one of the reasons why this last one seems so much smoother until the breakup via text message. We never had a real argument or fight. As good as it sounds, the relationship felt quite superficial for me, and that's another reason why I felt quite relieved with this breakup. I'll add this experience to my book of life and use it as my life lesson to become a better person when it comes to relationships. And this wraps it before I hit it, and wrapping it before I hit it, no matter what. That is correct.
Yep.
Although the idea of a vasectomy doesn't sound too bad.
Honestly, maybe that's the solution for you.
Might be the move, my friend.
Wow.
But that's it.
Michelle G, thank you for the $5. Still, how is 39 to be his mom? He's 27.
He was like, she's probably sick because of her
this man
pregnancy
is clearly not the sharpest tool in the shed.
No. He's not the fastest Subaru in the garage.
He's yeah, that's all I got.
Not a WRX. More of a Outback.
That is the end of this story.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And
see you tomorrow.
For real. Bye.